Hello, hello. I was meant to post a second channel video for you guys tonight, but I've gone to edit it today and the file is like either been lost or corrupted or something. So in a panic, I've put a full face of makeup on, done my hair, tried to look a little bit human so that I can quickly film a video and give you some content tonight. Today, I want to tell you a story that I've never even spoken about on live stream before, which is bizarre considering I share my whole life with you guys. This is the tale of my first ever flat share at university. These people were awful. I had a horrible time. Let's get into it. So when I went to university, I was technically a mature student. I was about 21 or 22. All of my friends had already gone off to uni at age 18 to pursue their passion, but I had no idea what I wanted to do in life. Still don't. So I hung around at home for a little bit and sold ripped clothes on Depop to be able to make enough money to go down to the pub at the weekend. Very, very sorry if you ever received any of these items. My brain is now fully developed and I realised that not only was this wrong, it was also highly illegal. So in my early 20s, I finally decided to join my peers and go to university in Sheffield. I went to study, I can't even remember what my course was called. It was like illustration with graphics, I think. I wasn't on it for very long. In first year, I moved into uni halls with a mixed group of first year students. They were all about 18, maybe 19, and it was a mixed flat of boys and girls. I remember us all saying our awkward hellos and making small talk as everyone's parents helped them moved in. And initially, they all seemed like relatively nice, normal people. Ooh, how wrong I was. So as the weeks pass, everybody gets to know each other a little bit better. All the internal friendships are formed and all of the girls in the flat band together, including me, bar one. So this girl, we'll call her Lisa. I'm going to be giving everybody fake names in this story just in case. So Lisa was very quiet from the offset. She spent most of her time by herself in her room. She didn't really want to get involved with flat or group activities, which is absolutely fine because I was kind of the same, but we'll get into that later. But she was also quite strange, I guess. I don't want to be too mean, but she was definitely troubled, quite socially inexperienced, I guess. And any conversation that I did have with her would always end in her sort of trauma dumping quite heavily. She would always end up telling me something really heavy about like self or traumatic events that she'd been through in her childhood or through school. And bear in mind, we all barely knew each other at this point, so it was a little bit much. But I did feel kind of sorry for her. The other girls kind of excluded her from the start and they didn't really invite her to stuff. So I took her under my wing a little bit. We helped each other out. I would invite her to stuff. She would show me how to bleach the vomit out of my toilet. We had a good thing going. She was always the nicest to me out of the whole flat. But I do remember there was this really weird time where I texted her and I was like, I'm going to the shop. Do you want to come with me? And she was like, yeah. And I said, okay, I'll be 15 minutes. I'll come and knock on your door when I'm ready. And she come and waited outside my bedroom door for like that whole 15 minutes and I could just hear her for the entire time, not moving, just directly up against the door, heavy breathing, going so that was yeah. But aside from that, love you girl, hope you're doing well. I guess the main problem started to arise in the flat after Freshers Week had ended. So for all of my non-UK viewers, Freshers Week in the UK is basically the first week of university where everybody just goes mental. You are getting slaughtered 24/7. You're meeting all the people that you're going to be best friends with for the next 3-4 years of your life. And everybody is doing the sex with each other. Hangovers aren't even a thing because as soon as you go to sleep and wake up, you're back on it again. And when Freshers is over, things generally calm down a little bit, but not in my flat. I'm not a total Karen. I know that the first year of university is all about getting mashed and not turning up to any lectures or anything. But my flat was on another level. Freshers just did not end. Honest to God, I would come into the shared kitchen for breakfast and there would just be, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, there would just be substances all over the kitchen table. My flatmates used to start their night out at midnight or 1 a.m. That is the time that they would head out for the night out. Is that normal? Because am I just being really, really middle-aged here? Is that a normal time for people to head out on a night out? Because I don't know about you guys, but all the nights out I've ever been on have started at like 8, 9 o'clock latest. And every night without fail, they would all come stumbling in at 6, 7 in the morning, screaming their lungs out, slamming doors, smashing bottles, and I never got any sleep at all. But I still never said a word about it because I didn't want to come across as like a Karen, essentially. I didn't want to come across as like the grumpy old student. I say that I was only 21, 22 at the time, and I'm 25 now, but it was awful. I would always get invited on these nights out, but I always politely declined because it wasn't really my kind of thing. I'm boring, and I'd also made my own group of friends outside my flat who were much more my kind of vibe. But my flatmates must have taken such offence to this because there's no other reason that I can think of to explain what I'm about to tell you. What happens from here on out is just pure nasty. One evening, I come home from band practice and I walk down the corridor. I'm about to unlock my bedroom and my foot hits something hard. There is a small pan of pasta sat outside my bedroom door. My pasta that I'd left in the kitchen on the side about 3 hours before this. Someone had put it there outside my bedroom door as if to say, clean up your mess. And it was just the most bizarre passive-aggressive thing, especially because I barely used that kitchen. Like I said, it was a shit tip. There was often like substances everywhere. And I got so fat at uni because I would eat takeaways almost every single night to avoid going in and having to use that kitchen. It's still shitty to do that even if the kitchen was clean all the time, but it's the fact that it was crawling. One of the guys who lived there actually left a big stack of pans and plates on the side, and he went on holiday for 2 weeks, and these pans had all had cooked meat and stuff in them. They still had cooked meat in them when he left and when he came back, and that was never an issue. Nobody ever confronted him about that I know of, but my very small pot of dried pasta was completely unacceptable. Of course, I messaged the flat group chat about it, but I don't think anybody owned up to it. Over the next couple of months, flat tensions just grew and grew and grew. The rest of the flat were out together constantly partying every night, and me and Lisa were just in keeping to ourselves. Whenever I did go out, it was always either band-related stuff or uni. It was not exactly a... I've got incense on, it's making me cough, I'm sorry. Oh. It wasn't exactly a pleasant atmosphere, but it was bearable. Not for long. To put it lightly, the girl in the room next door to me discovered the sex, and our walls were painfully thin. I shit you not, one night she was at it for like 4 hours and it was loud. I tried earplugs. I tried putting a pillow over my head. I tried like literally putting my fingers in my ears and trying to sleep like that. But no, this bitch might as well have been doing it in my room, in my bed. It was that loud. Finally, I decided to give her a message, which is something that I never do because I don't want to come across like a Karen. I just think it's so shitty messaging people saying like, turn it down. But in this situation, I had to be up for uni really, really early, I seem to remember. And oh my God, it was just so loud. So I messaged her a couple of times over the next like half an hour, but obviously she was not looking at her phone. I got really fed up and I banged on the wall. Nothing. She definitely heard that, but nothing. I banged on the wall again. No response. Actually got even louder. So in the end, I just was so annoyed. I just went full petty. I was mid-editing this video and then all the sound off the last bit is just completely cut off. Who knows why? Something always goes wrong. My lipstick's gone so dodgy at the edges, but I can't be bothered fixing it now. But where was I up to? Where did it cut off? Oh yeah, so I just decided to go full petty at that point, and I got my speaker out and just blasted Shine Jesus Shine directly towards her wall, and that still didn't make it stop. I'm wide awake at this point, so I opened Snapchat and I post a video of my face, just my face, with the interesting sounds in the background and the caption of like, when you've got to be up at 7 the next day or something. In no way did I name her. It was literally just a video of my face. It probably wasn't the nicest thing to do, but please try and understand my predicament. As soon as I post this Snapchat video on my story, I, within minutes, get bombarded with messages from my other flatmates going, how could you do this? This is a severe invasion of privacy. You're a bitch. You're this, you're that, blah, 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 blah. I hated them all anyway at this point, so I just thought, fuck off, didn't reply. And then within the next 10 minutes, I get a notification from Twitter. I'd been tagged in something that a brand new anonymous account had posted. This anonymous account was called Amy is a See You Next Tuesday. These people are nearly 20. So this account was just spamming me with tweets, calling me a bitch, calling me every name you could possibly imagine. And look, it didn't really affect me too greatly. I've grown up with a Scouse mother. I have a pretty thick skin, but I just thought, nah, I can't live here. So the next morning, I went straight down to reception and I just went to the desk and just said, I want to move flat. And to give them credit, they just said, all right. And they literally moved me to a new flat that day. I imagine they get quite a lot of that in student halls. But yeah, long story short, I got moved into a brand new flat full of lovely people. I still speak to them occasionally on social media today, and they follow me and support all of my content and music stuff. So big up Flat 9. I've never heard from any of those people in the first flat again. I think I have them all, or the majority of them, blocked on social media. If this video should somehow reach any of you, all I have to say is suck my ass. And while you're here, please make sure you hit like and subscribe. Click that bell button down at the bottom as well to turn all notifications on for my videos. And if you would like to find me on other social media, I will put all of that in the description of this video. I hope you enjoyed this little story time. Peace out. Bye.